Neither of them knew what waited at the outpost, but for the first time they both looked forward to finding out together. The outpost appeared on the screen, a metal and glass structure floating in the emptiness of space. Jin felt relief. After 3 weeks in his small ship with Hana, they would finally reach safety. But as they approached, 6 military ships surrounded them. "Earth Security Force," Jin said, pointing to the ships. "Too many for a simple rescue." Hana's face showed worry. "They are here because of me." Jin's radio crackled to life. "Scout 7, this is Captain Kim. You are ordered to dock at Gate 3. The Sylphian will be taken into custody immediately." Jin looked at Hana. Her silver eyes met his. In those weeks together, something had changed between them. Understanding, trust, maybe more. "Captain, the Sylphian is named Hana. She needs medical attention, not custody." "Those are your orders, Scout. Dock now." Jin landed the ship. Armed guards waited as the doors opened. They pointed their weapons at Hana. "Step away from the alien." "Scout," one guard said. "Her name is Hana," Jin said again, standing in front of her. "And she's under my protection." Captain Kim stepped forward. "Your protection? You violated patrol boundaries and made unauthorized first contact with a restricted species. You're facing charges yourself." They were separated. Jin was locked in a small room for questioning. Hours passed before Captain Kim returned. "The situation is worse than you know," Kim said. "The Sylphian government has sent a ship. They claim we kidnapped their scientist." "That's not true," Jin protested. "I saved her life." "They don't believe that, or don't want to." Kim showed Jin a message on a tablet. "They demand her return and threaten action if we refuse." "Let me talk to them," Jin said. "Hana will tell them the truth." "It's not that simple. Our intelligence thinks she might be a spy. Her ship crashed too close to our space. Some think it was planned." Jin laughed bitterly. "You didn't see her injuries. Nobody would plan that." 3 days passed. Jin was allowed to see Hana once briefly. She was being kept in a special room designed for non-human biology. "Are you okay?" he asked through the glass wall. "Yes," she said. "But my government is angry. They think I was taken by force. Tell them the truth. I tried." Hana placed her hand on the glass. "They don't believe me. They say I've been influenced by human emotion." Jin put his hand against hers, the glass between them. "What will happen now?" "A meeting. Leaders from both sides. Tomorrow." The meeting took place in the outpost's main hall. Jin and Hana were brought in separately. Earth officials sat on one side, Sylphian representatives on the other. The Sylphians had pale blue skin like Hana, but their faces showed only cold distaste. For the humans, Director Lee of Earth spoke first. "We return your citizen as a gesture of goodwill, with assurances this accidental contact will not be repeated." The Sylphian leader, Tai, replied, "We accept our scientist's return and expect compensation for her unlawful detention." Jin couldn't stay silent. "There was nothing unlawful. I saved her life when her ship crashed." Tai looked at Jin with contempt. "Silence, human. This is between governments." Hana stood suddenly. "No, I will speak." She looked at her people. "Everything the human says is true. He rescued me, protected me, risked his life for mine." "You've been isolated with a human for weeks," Tai said. "Your judgment is compromised." "My judgment is clearer than ever," Hana replied. "Our belief that humans are inferior is wrong. Their technology may be simpler, but their spirits are strong. They take risks we would never consider. They feel deeply. These are not weaknesses." Director Lee frowned. "This doesn't change the fact that contact between our species is restricted by mutual agreement." "Then change the agreement," Jin said, standing beside Hana. "We've learned more about each other in 3 weeks than our governments have in years of distant observation." The room erupted in angry voices. Guards moved closer. "This human has clearly formed an inappropriate attachment to the Sylphian," one Earth official said. "And she has been contaminated by human emotionalism," a Sylphian added. As Jin and Hana were led away, they heard the leaders arguing about what to do next. The issue was bigger than just two people now. It had become about two worlds, and their long-held fears of each other. "They'll separate us," Hana whispered as they reached the doorway. "I won't let that happen," Jin promised, not knowing how he could keep that promise. Behind them, the future of human-Sylphian relations hung in balance. Jin and Hana were kept in separate rooms for 3 days after the failed meeting. Jin paced his small space, worried about what would happen to Hana. On the 4th day, Captain Kim visited him. "Something is happening," Kim said. "A private ship just docked. 3 Sylphians came aboard without permission from their government." Jin sat up straight. "What do they want?" "You, surprisingly. They asked for you by name." Jin was taken to a secure room where 3 Sylphians waited. Their blue skin was darker than Hana's, and they wore simple clothes, not the fancy uniforms of the officials. "I am Minho," the oldest one said. "We are scientists who work with Hana. We came when we heard she was alive." "Where is she now?" Jin asked. "Being prepared to return to Sylphia," Minho said. "But we believe she is in danger." Minho explained that certain powerful Sylphians didn't want closer relations with humans. Hana's story about Jin saving her life, about humans having good qualities, threatened their power. "They will make her disappear," Minho said. "An accident. Then they will blame humans, use it as reason to stay separate forever." Jin felt cold. "How do we stop them?" "We have friends among your people too, humans who want peace." Minho handed Jin a small device. "This will open her door." Jin hesitated. "This could cause a war." "Doing nothing will cause a war. Saving her might prevent one." Jin made his choice. That night, with help from Minho's human friends, he reached Hana's room. The device worked. The door opened. Hana looked up in surprise. "Jin, how did you—" "No time," Jin said. "Your life is in danger. We need to move now." As they hurried through the quiet hallways, Jin explained what Minho had told him. Hana nodded sadly. "I feared this. Tai never wanted peace with humans. He needs fear to keep power." They were almost to the meeting point when alarms started blaring. Ahead, 2 Sylphian guards appeared. They pointed weapons at Jin and Hana. "Stop there," one said. "The human will be shot if you move." Jin stepped in front of Hana. "Run when you get a chance," he whispered. But Hana didn't run. Instead, she stepped up beside Jin. "You serve Tai," she said to the guards. "But do you serve truth? Do you serve Sylphia?" The guards looked uncertain. Then more footsteps sounded. Human security was coming too. They were trapped. Suddenly, a door opened beside them. Captain Kim appeared. "In here, quick," he said. Inside, Minho and Director Lee waited with others, humans and Sylphians together. "What is this?" Jin asked, confused. "The real meeting," Director Lee said, "without the politicians who profit from our separation." For hours, both sides shared information. The plot against Hana was just one part of a bigger plan by extremists on both sides. They wanted conflict, not peace. "We need to show everyone the truth," Hana said. "Jin and I are proof that humans and Sylphians can work together, learn from each other." "It's not enough," Minho said. "They'll say you're just one exception." Jin thought for a moment. "Then we need more than words. We need action that shows what we can do together." 3 days later, Jin and Hana stood before a larger gathering. This time, media from both worlds watched. Jin spoke first. "We propose a joint mission. A new ship using both human and Sylphian technology, crewed by both our kinds." Hana continued. "Sylphian sensors with human navigation. Our precision with your adaptability." The room was quiet. Then questions started. How would it work? Who would be in charge? Could different species really live together? Jin and Hana answered each question together, finishing each other's thoughts. Sometimes, when they explained how they had survived the solar flare together, even the doubtful listened. "This is just the beginning," Jin said. Think what we could learn from each other. It took months of meetings, arguments, and planning. Not everyone supported the idea. Some on both sides still preached fear. But Jin and Hana kept working, kept showing what was possible. 1 year after the crash that brought them together, a new ship launched. The crew was half human, half Sylphian. Jin was the human captain. Hana was the Sylphian science director. As Olnay, the ship moved away from the station where they had once been prisoners. Jin looked at Hana beside him. "Do you think this will work?" he asked quietly. Hana's silver eyes met his. Her hand found his, their fingers intertwining despite their differences. "It already has," she said. The ship accelerated into the darkness between the stars, carrying with it the hope of two worlds. "How do you do that?" Hana asked. "Our pilots use computers." "I feel it," Jin said, turning again. "The ship tells me which way to move." A large asteroid appeared directly ahead. Jin couldn't turn in time. "We'll hit it," Hana said, fear in her voice. Jin pushed the engines hard. The ship shot forward, then he pulled up sharply. They skimmed the top of the asteroid, the bottom of the ship scraping against rock. They burst through the other side of the field. Jin let out a breath and leaned back. "That was unexpected," Hana said. Her hands were gripping the seat tightly. "But we made it." Jin grinned. That night, Hana didn't block her door. The next morning, she sat with Jin at breakfast. "You're flying," she said. "It was not what I expected." "What did you expect?" "Failure," she said honestly. "Sylphian children could program better navigation than your ship has. But could they fly through that field without computers?" Hana thought about this. No, they would not even try. "That's the difference," Jin said. "Humans try impossible things sometimes." "And die often?" Hana asked. "Sometimes, but sometimes we don't." Jin passed her more food. "Sometimes we find new ways." Hana took the food without checking it first. "My people said humans were dangerous because they were unpredictable. And I think now maybe humans are interesting because they are unpredictable." She looked at Jin. "You are interesting," Jin smiled. It was a start. The ship's alarm sounded again. Jin rushed to the control room, Hana close behind. This time the danger was invisible but deadly. "Solar flare," Jin said, pointing to the readings. "A big one." Hana's silver eyes widened. "How long?" 20 minutes before it hits us." Jin started, checking systems. "The ship has basic radiation shielding." Hana touched the monitor, her fingers moving quickly over the data. "Not enough for me. Sylphian bodies are more sensitive to radiation." Jin looked at her. In the 10 days they had traveled together, he had learned more about her species. Their advanced technology had protected them from many natural dangers. Their bodies had become more delicate over time. "How bad will it be for you?" Jin asked. "Bad," Hana said simply. "Possibly fatal." Jin thought quickly. "There's a radiation suit in the emergency locker. It's extra protection." They found the suit. It was designed for humans, but it would fit Hana well enough. As she started to put it on, she paused. "What about you?" "I'll be fine," Jin lied. "Human bodies can take more radiation." This wasn't entirely true. The ship's shielding would protect a human from death, but not from radiation sickness. Without the suit, Jin would get very sick. Hana seemed to realize this. "You will suffer." "Better than you dying," Jin said. He helped her finish putting on the suit. "Hide in the cargo hold, it has the thickest walls." The flare hit as they closed the cargo hold door. Jin made it back to the control room, then collapsed into his chair as the radiation passed through the ship. His skin felt hot, then cold. His stomach turned. He vomited on the floor. Hours later, Jin woke in his bed. Hana sat beside him, the radiation suit gone. The flare had passed. Jin tried to sit up but couldn't. "Stay still," Hana said. "Your body is fighting the radiation." "How bad?" Jin's voice was rough. "Not fatal, but you will be sick for days." Hana placed a cool cloth on his forehead. Why did you do that? Give me the only suit? Jin closed his eyes. Because you would have died without it. But we are not even the same species. My people and yours have no treaties, no bonds. Jin looked at her. Does that matter? You needed help. I could give it. Hana was quiet for a long time. Then she said, My teachers said humans were dangerous because they acted on emotion instead of logic. Was giving you the suit not logical? No. The logical choice would be to protect yourself. The ship needs a pilot. Jin smiled weakly. Maybe. Human logic is different. For the next 3 days, Jin was very sick. He couldn't keep food down. His skin burned. He shook with fever. Hana never left his side. She learned to use the human medical equipment. She made special drinks that helped Jin's body fight the radiation. When Jin was strong enough to sit up, he found that Hana had also kept the ship on course. You flew the ship? Jin asked, surprised. I watched you, Hana said. Your controls are simple, primitive but functional. Jin laughed, then winced as it hurt his ribs. I've been thinking, Hana said. My people believe we are superior because of our technology, but technology failed me when my ship crashed. It was your human qualities that saved me. What qualities? Risk-taking, adaptability. She paused. Compassion. Jin nodded. And your Sylphian qualities saved me these past days. Your quick learning. Your careful attention to details. Perhaps, Hana said slowly. Our species complement each other. That night, they talked for hours. Hana told Jin about Sylphia, its crystal cities and ancient forests. Jin told Hana about Earth, its oceans and mountains and many cultures. I wish I could see Earth, Hana said. Maybe you will, Jin replied. Once we reach the outpost, we can send a message to both our worlds. Maybe this can be a new beginning. Hana's hand found Jin's in the dim light of the ship. A new beginning, she repeated. Her touch was cool against his skin, but it felt right somehow. Commander Jin stared at the blinking red dot on his radar. Something was wrong. The small ship moved too fast, falling toward the dead moon below. Jin had seen many things in his 10 years with Earth Space Force, but this was new. Control, this is Scout 7. I see a ship in trouble, moving to help. Negative, Scout 7. Stay on patrol route. That's outside our space. Jin looked at the dot again. Rules said to leave it alone. His heart said someone needed help. Sorry, Control. Breaking up. Can't hear you. Jin turned off his radio and pushed his ship toward the falling dot. The closer he got, the more he saw. The strange ship had a smooth, pale blue shell. It wasn't like any human ships. It was alien, and it was going to crash. Jin pushed his engines harder. The alien ship hit the moon's surface with a flash of light. Dust and rocks flew up. Jin landed his scout ship nearby and put on his spacesuit. The air outside wasn't safe to breathe. The crash site was hot. Parts of the alien ship still burned. Jin moved carefully through the wreckage, stepping over broken pieces. Then he heard a sound, a soft moan. Under a fallen piece of metal, Jin found her. She wasn't human. Her skin was pale blue like her ship. Her eyes were large and silver. Her fingers had one more joint than human fingers. She was hurt badly. When she saw Jin, she tried to back away. Fear filled her silver eyes. Easy, Jin said, though he wasn't sure she could understand. I want to help. The alien woman spoke words Jin couldn't understand. Her voice was musical, but weak. Blood. It was purple, not red, soaked her clothes. Jin took out his medical kit. The alien watched him with distrust. She said something again, her voice shaking. I don't understand your words, Jin said, but you need help or you'll die. He showed her the medical scanner. After a moment, she stopped moving away. Jin scanned her body and was glad to see her body wasn't too different from humans inside. That meant his medicine might work. Jin cleaned and bandaged her worst cuts. When he touched her skin, it felt cool and smooth. The alien woman watched his every move. My name is Jin, he said, pointing to himself. She stared at him for a long time. Then she touched her chest with 3 fingers. Hana. Jin smiled. Hello, Hana. Just then, a piece of the ship fell nearby. This place wasn't safe. The crash had damaged systems that might explode. We need to leave, Jin said. He mimed an explosion, then pointed to his ship. Hana looked at her broken ship, then at Jin. She tried to stand but fell back with pain. Jin reached out slowly and waited. After a moment, Hana took his hand. He helped her up. They walked slowly to Jin's ship. Once inside, Jin gave Hana water and more medicine for pain. She drank carefully, watching him over the cup's edge. Your ship, Hana said in broken English. Simple, old. Jin raised his eyebrows. You speak some English? Learn many languages. Basic skill. Her words were slow but clear. Well, this simple old ship is our ride home, Jin said. Not home, Hana corrected. Your home, not mine. Jin nodded. True, but right now it's the only safe place. As he started the engines, Jin's radio came back to life. Scout 7, report your position immediately. You've violated patrol boundaries, Jin. Sighed and picked up the radio. Control, this is Scout 7. I've got a situation here. I've rescued a survivor from that ship. She's Sylphian. Silence filled the radio. Then, repeat that, Scout 7. I have a Sylphian survivor, female, injured but stable, requesting medical support at outpost. More silence. Then a new voice, deeper, more serious. Scout 7, this is Commander Park. The Sylphians have no official contact with humans. This is now a first contact situation. Return to base immediately. Jin looked at Hana. She sat stiffly in the co-pilot seat, pain in her eyes, but pride in her posture. Yes, sir. Coming home. Jin turned off the radio. Looks like you're going to meet more humans. Your people fear mine, Hana said quietly. And yours fear mine, Jin replied. Maybe we can change that. As the ship rose from the moon, leaving the crash site behind, neither knew their chance meeting would change 2 worlds forever. Jin's small ship hummed quietly as it traveled through space. The closest Earth outpost was 2 weeks away. Jin looked at his unexpected passenger. Hana sat in the co-pilot's chair, her blue skin pale, her silver eyes watching his every move. Your ship is very loud, she said. Her English was getting better each day. Sorry about that. Earth tech isn't as smooth as Sylphian ships. Hana touched the control panel. Simple design, old metals. Jin smiled. But it works. Hana nodded but said nothing more. She kept her distance from Jin. When he offered food, she checked it carefully before eating. When he showed her where she could sleep, she blocked the door with a chair at night. Jin understood. To her, he was the alien. A dangerous one. On the 3rd day, Jin found Hana looking at pictures on his computer. What are these? She asked. My home, Earth. That's my family's house by the sea. Hana zoomed in on the ocean. So much water. Sylphia has less water, more forests. It was the first time she had shared anything about her world. Jin smiled but didn't push for more. Why did you save me? Hana asked suddenly. Your orders said to leave me. Jin thought about it. Because it was right. You needed help. Sylphians are taught humans act on emotion, not reason. She studied his face. Is that true? Sometimes. Is it true Sylphians think they're better than everyone else? Hana's face changed. Jin worried he had gone too far. Then she made a sound. It took Jin a moment to realize she was laughing. Yes, many do think that. Her laughter faded. I did too before. On the 5th day, the ship's alarm blared. Jin ran to the cockpit. Hana followed. What's wrong? She asked. Jin pointed at the screen. Asteroid field ahead. Not on my charts. The rocks moved across their path. Some were small, others bigger than the ship. We can't go around, Jin said. Not enough fuel. We have to go through. Hana looked at the controls. Your navigation system is too basic. Then help me, Jin said, moving to the pilot's seat. You tell me what you see, I'll fly. Hana hesitated, then sat in the co-pilot's chair. This is not wise. It's all we've got, Jin said. He started the manual controls. The ship moved forward. The first asteroids came at them. Jin turned the ship sharply. Left, Hana called. Now right. Small one coming fast. Jin's hands moved quickly. The ship danced between the rocks. Sweat ran down his face.